My name is Sarah Mitchell, and I am 38 years old. The night of our 10th anniversary party, I stood in front of 80 people, our friends, his colleagues, my family, and exposed my husband cheating with my best friend. It was not a moment of triumph. It was the end of everything I thought I knew, and even now, months later, sitting here alone in this quiet apartment, I can still feel the weight of it pressing down on my chest. I am telling this story because I need to get it out. Not for sympathy, not for anyone to tell me I am strong or that I did the right thing. I just need to say it all, from the beginning, so maybe it stops looping in my head at 3 in the morning. My husband, David, and I had been married for 10 years. We met in our late 20s at a mutual friend's barbecue. He was charming, the kind of man who remembered small details about people, like how I took my coffee with 2 sugars and a splash of almond milk. He made me feel seen. We built a life together. A house in the suburbs outside Chicago, 2 cars, weekend hikes with our golden retriever, Max. I worked as a marketing coordinator at a mid-sized firm downtown, nothing glamorous, but steady. David was a project manager at an engineering firm, always talking about his next promotion. My best friend was Emily Carter. We had known each other since college, sorority sisters who shared everything, late-night confessions about bad dates, job losses, family dramas. She was the one who introduced me to David, actually. She swore he was perfect for me. Over the years, she became like family. She was at every holiday, every milestone. When I miscarried our first pregnancy 5 years ago, she sat with me in the hospital waiting room for hours, holding my hand while David handled the doctors. I trusted her completely. That trust feels like a joke now. Things started shifting about 2 years ago, but I did not notice at first. It was gradual, like water wearing down stone. David began working late more often. He said it was the big projects, the deadlines piling up. I believed him because I wanted to. Our sex life had slowed, maybe once every couple of weeks, always quick, always with him turning away after. He blamed stress. I blamed myself for being too tired from work, for not making more effort. Emily was around less at first, then more, always with some excuse, dropping by to borrow a book or helping me plan our anniversary. She lived alone in a condo downtown, no serious boyfriend since her divorce 3 years back. I thought she was lonely, so I welcomed it. One evening in early spring last year, I came home from a long day. David was in the shower, his phone on the kitchen counter charging. It buzzed twice. I glanced at it out of habit, nothing unusual, we shared passcodes, no secrets. But the preview showed Emily's name. Can't wait for tonight. Last time was incredible. My stomach dropped. I unlocked it. The messages went back months. Hundreds of them. Explicit photos. Plans to meet at hotels. Sarah suspects nothing, he wrote once. She's clueless. Emily replied, poor thing. But you belong with me. I sat there frozen, the phone heavy in my hand. The shower was still running. Max nudged my leg, whining for dinner. I put the phone down, fed the dog, and waited. When David came out, towel around his waist, hair wet, he smiled like always. Rough day? He asked. I nodded. That night, we slept in the same bed, but I stared at the ceiling, replaying every message. I did not confront him. Not yet. I needed proof it was real. The next morning, I called in sick to work. While he was at the office, I went through everything: his email, the shared laptop, even the car glove box. More evidence: receipts from a downtown hotel, a gift card to a lingerie shop charged to his company card. Emily's lipstick on a shirt collar once, which I had washed without thinking. I felt sick, humiliated. How long? The messages started right after our 8th anniversary trip to Napa, the one Emily helped plan. She had stayed home to watch Max lies on top of lies. I drove to Emily's condo that afternoon. She opened the door in yoga pants, surprised but not scared. Sarah? What's wrong? I held up my phone with screenshots. She sighed, not denying it. It just happened, she said. David and I, we connected. You're my best friend, I never meant to hurt you. Connected. Like it was some soulmate thing. I asked how long. She said 6 months at first, then admitted longer. He said your marriage was over years ago, she told me. He felt trapped. I left without yelling. Drove home numb. That night, David came home late again. I waited in the living room, lights off. He flicked them on, saw my face. "What's going on?" he said. I showed him the phone. He did not panic. He sat down, rubbed his eyes. "Sarah, I am sorry. It was a mistake. Emily means nothing. Nothing." After planning secret weekends, I asked why. He said the marriage had grown stale, that I worked too much, that we never talked anymore. "You checked out after the miscarriage," he said. I needed someone who made me feel alive. We argued for hours. He swore it was over with Emily, begged for another chance. I cried, screamed, begged him to tell me the truth. He promised counseling, date nights, anything. Against my gut, I agreed. We went to 3 sessions. The therapist said communication breakdown, suggested exercises. David played the part perfectly, attentive, remorseful. Emily texted me an apology. "I am so sorry, Sarah. It will never happen again. I value our friendship too much." I blocked her but let David stay. For months, I watched him like a hawk. Checked his location on the app we shared. Noted every late night. He passed every test, or so it seemed. Our anniversary approached 10 years. I planned a big party at our house. Catered food, live band, 80 guests. Emily was not invited, of course. David suggested the guest list. I trusted him. Work kept me busy. I delegated details to a planner. 2 weeks before the party, I found a hidden folder on his phone, backup photos from an old cloud account. Videos. Them together, laughing in our bed. My bed. One from the weekend I was at a conference. Rage hit me then, real rage. Not the numb shock of before. I copied everything to a USB, emailed myself backups. Confronted him again. He broke down, admitted it never really stopped. "Emily gets me," he said. "You're safe, but safe is boring." I did not leave right then. I planned. Told no one, not my sister, not my parents. They adored David. My sister Lisa even said once he was the brother she never had. I wanted them to see it themselves. The party became my stage. I rented tables, flowers, a photo booth. Invited everyone. His parents, my parents, his coworkers, old college friends. David thought it was to celebrate us. He helped set up the backyard that morning, kissing my cheek. "This is going to be perfect," he said. Guests arrived at 6. Laughter, clinking glasses. David gave a toast to Sarah, my rock, my love. 10 years and counting. Cheers. I smiled through it. Emily showed up at 7:30, fashionably late, in a red dress. She walked right in, hugging people. David's face paled when he saw her, but he played it cool. I had not invited her, but someone must have, probably his coworker Mark, who always flirted with her. By 8, the band played soft jazz. I slipped away to the master bedroom upstairs. Plugged in my laptop to the outdoor speakers, wired it earlier that week. Hit play. The video started, moans, whispers, their voices clear. "Sarah will never know," David said in it. Gasps from below. I watched from the window. People froze, phones out recording. David ran inside, unplugged it too late. Emily stood by the bar, tears streaming, yelling it was fake. Chaos. His mother Margaret grabbed his arm. "David, what is this?" My father pulled me aside. "Sarah, is it true?" I nodded, tears finally coming. David cornered me in the kitchen. "You ruined everything," he hissed. "Why?" I said, "Because you did first." Guests left in waves, whispering. His boss pulled him aside, heard the whole thing. Emily fled in an Uber, sobbing to whoever answered her call. The party ended by 10. Cleanup crew came next day. David slept on the couch that night, then packed a bag. "I am staying at a hotel," he said. "We will talk after you calm down." Calm down. Like I was hysterical. That was 3 months ago. Divorce papers served last week. He lost his job, boss cited, poor judgment, but everyone knows. Friends split, some ghosted me, others him. Emily moved to Seattle, blocked everyone. His parents blame me for airing dirty laundry. My family rallied, but the hurt lingers. I sit here now, Max at my feet, House too quiet. I do not regret the exposure. But I regret the years blind. The lies I swallowed. The friend I lost. The marriage I clung to. Justice came, but at what cost? It feels empty. I keep replaying that anniversary morning, the one before the party. David woke up early, made coffee, brought it to me in bed with a smile. 10 years today, he said. Can't believe it. I sipped it, the almond milk just right, and felt a pang even then, something off in his eyes, too bright, too rehearsed. We spent the day setting up the backyard, string lights, white tablecloths, rented heaters for the evening chill. He hammered stakes for the tent without complaint, joked about how I always planned everything perfectly. You're the organizer, he said. I just show up. I laughed it off, but inside, I wondered if that was all I was to him: logistics, stability. His phone buzzed constantly that day. Work, he said. I nodded, focused on the florist delivery. By afternoon, everything looked magazine-ready, candles flickering in glass holders, a 3-tier cake with fresh roses, name cards for 80 guests. I showered, put on the navy dress I bought, special fitted, knee-length, nothing flashy. David dressed in his charcoal suit, tie straight. He kissed my forehead. You look beautiful, he said. No hug, though. Quick, like always lately. Guests started arriving at 6. My parents first, Mom hugging me tight, Dad shaking David's hand, complimenting the setup. You two did good, Dad said. Then his parents, Margaret and Tom, with Margaret fussing over the appetizers. Too much cheese, she muttered, but ate 3 anyway. Coworkers from his firm, Mark Reynolds, the sales guy who always lingered too long with Emily, Lisa Grant, his assistant, polite but eyeing the bar. My sister Lisa arrived with her husband, carrying wine. Old college friends, neighbors. Laughter filled the air, jazz from the band. David worked the crowd, charming as ever, arm around my waist for photos. I sipped white wine, smiled through small talk. How's work? People asked. Busy, I said. Same as always. Emily arrived at 7:30. I saw her first, red dress hugging her curves, hair swept up, heels clicking on the patio stones. She waved like nothing happened, hugging my sister before spotting me. Sarah, she called, air kissing both cheeks. This place looks stunning. I froze, wine glass midway to my lips. David was across the yard, talking to Mark. His eyes met hers, then flicked to me, panic, quick as a blink. Emily, I said flatly. I didn't invite you. She laughed it off. Mark did. Said it was open house. Open house. Like my marriage. She blended in fast, chatting with his coworkers, laughing too loud at their jokes. I watched from the edge, heart pounding. David approached her once, whispered something, heads close. She touched his arm. I turned away, refilled my glass. By 8, the band played our wedding song. David pulled me for a dance. To us, he murmured, hand on my back. I nodded, scanning the crowd. Emily clapped from her spot by the bar. I slipped upstairs at 8:15. Master bedroom dark, laptop on the dresser connected to the outdoor speakers. I rigged it that morning, HDMI cable snaked under the rug. USB plugged in, video queued. 5 minutes long, the worst one. Them in our bed, afternoon light through the blinds, her moaning his name. Sarah will never know, he said at the end, laughing. I hit play from my phone app. Sound boomed outside, gasps rippled through the party. I peered from the window curtain. People froze mid-conversation. My mom dropped her fork. Dad stood, face red. Margaret clutched Tom's arm. David, she called. Video continued, bed springs creaking, whispers. Phones whipped out, recording. David bolted inside, up the stairs 2 at a time. What the hell? He yelled, yanking the cord. Too late, audio echoed. God, Emily, you're incredible. Crowd murmured, some covering kids' ears. Emily stood alone now, wine glass shattered at her feet. It's fake, she screamed. Deep fake. Sarah set it up. Chaos swelled. His boss, Mr. Harlan, pulled David aside by the patio door. Explain, he barked. David stammered. Guests clustered, my sister hugging me as I came down. Sarah, oh God. I let tears fall, nodded. It's true. Dad confronted David, 10 years, son? With her best friend. David said, it's not what it looks like. Mom cried quietly. Neighbors whispered to leave. Mark hovered near Emily, awkward. I didn't know, he muttered to me. David cornered me in the kitchen, door half shut. You crazy bitch, he hissed. 80 people saw that. My job gone. I stared, voice low. You fucked my best friend in our bed. For 2 years. He grabbed my arm. It was nothing. A fling. Nothing. I pulled free. Get out. His mom burst in, Sarah, how could you humiliate him like this? Him. Not me. Ask your son, I said. Tom pulled her away. Party dissolved by 9:30. Caterers packed silently. Band left gear gone. Emily slipped out during the noise, saw her Uber pulling away, red dress stark against the night. David stormed upstairs, slamming drawers. I'm taking the car, he yelled down. We'll talk tomorrow. No, we. He left at 10:15, bag slung over shoulder. House emptied, my parents last, hugging tight. Stay with us, Mom said. I shook my head. Need to be here. Alone with Max, lights off, I sat on the patio amid crumpled napkins. Wine stained the grass. Phone buzzed, texts from guests, saw it all. Horrified. David called, denied. Sister, Emily texted me, says you're unstable. Unstable. I scrolled his contacts, saw her name still there. Blocked both. Slept 3 hours. Woke to pounding David back at dawn, hungover. Let me in, he banged. I opened, chain on. What? He pushed, my things. Now. Eyes bloodshot. You destroyed me last night. I stepped aside. He grabbed clothes, toiletries, paused at our wedding photo. This was our life, he said. I said, you ended it. He laughed bitter. Emily was right, you're controlling. Controlling. For wanting fidelity. He left by noon, tires screeching. House echoed. Called work, took personal day. Lawyer next, Rachel Klein, friend of sister's husband. Met downtown. Irreconcilable, she said, papers drafting. Adultery evidence? Gold. Showed videos. She nodded. He'll fight assets. House in both names, savings joint. Protect yourself, she said. Froze accounts that afternoon. Bank manager knew my face, sympathetic. Texts flooded. His mom. Family meeting. Your fault. Mark, David said you faked it. Coworker Lisa. Harlan called him in. Tense. Emily's sister, distant cousin, she's devastated. Apologize. Apologize. Blocked more numbers. Evening, sister Lisa came over. Brought lasagna, wine. Tell me everything, she said. I did, from first messages to party. She hugged me. Bastards. Stayed late, Max on her lap. Mom's furious at David, but thinks you went nuclear. Nuclear. Like exposing truth was bomb. Week 1, silence from him. Posted on social, party pics cropped, caption, celebrating love. Comments, what happened? He liked, no reply. Friends divided. College buddy Jen, on your side. Neighbor couple ghosted. His golf group unfriended me. Rachel called Friday. He filed response. Denies affair, claims emotional abuse. Abuse. Me? Counter with evidence, she said. Sent videos, blurred faces, timestamps. Harlan emailed David CC'd me by mistake? Indefinite leave. Conduct unbecoming. Emily surfaced, mutual friend voicemail. She's in therapy. Says David pursued her. Pursued. After she introduced us. Blocked friend 2. Month 2, house war. David wanted half equity. Rachel. Prenup none, but adultery hurts him. Depositions scheduled. He showed with lawyer slick guy, Greg Ellis. Conference room tense. David avoided eyes. Sarah, we can settle quiet, Ellis said. I said no. Rachel slid USB. Watch. They did silent. Ellis paled. We'll talk. He cornered me after. Happy now? Lost my job. Blaming me. You lost it screwing my friend. He flinched. It was over anyway. Over. 10 years. His parents visited, Margaret crying, Tom stern. Forgive him, she begged. Men stray. Stray. Like dog. Not my dog, I said. Tom, house split fair. Rachel interrupted. Court decides. Summer heat wave. Alone nights, Max panting. Dreams, their laughter echoing. Woke sweating. Therapy mine, not joint. Dr. Patel, anger valid. Valid. Felt like shame. Sister's wedding shower invited, went. Whispers followed. Emily's no-show. Jen pulled me aside, heard she's pregnant. Pregnant. David's? Heart stopped. Called Rachel, paternity test possible later. Divorce dragged. Assets frozen. He rented condo, saw pics online, bachelor pad vibe. Dated? Rumors. My birthday passed, cake for one, Max got candle. Fall came. Deposition day. David sworn, squirming. Rachel, admit affair. He hedged, emotional connection. Videos played. Physical too, he muttered. Judge later, clear adultery. Equity 60-40 her favor. He appealed, lost. Signed final papers December. House mine, alimony none, his choice. Savings split, but bonuses mine, performance clause. Karma hit winter. Heard from Mark, David fired outright, Harlan cited, moral turpitude. Emily? Miscarried stress, she claimed. Moved back with parents, jobless. His friends ditched, too messy. Posted rants online, deleted fast. Christmas, my parents' house. Quiet dinner. Sister, you okay? Nodded. Not healed. Scarred. Now, spring again. House sold, new start. David? Bartending last I heard. Emily ghosted everyone. Justice? Yes. Empty victory. The lawyers kept dragging things out through January. Rachel called me 3 times a week with updates, David contesting the asset split, claiming emotional distress from my public humiliation tactics. His new lawyer, Greg Ellis, filed motions painting me as vindictive, unstable. They wanted a psych eval. Rachel laughed when she told me. Let them try, she said. Your videos are time-stamped proof. But it still stung. He cheated, and somehow I was the villain. I went back to work in early February. My boss, Karen, pulled me into her office first day. Sarah, take your time, she said, squeezing my hand. She knew everyone knew. The party videos had circulated on Facebook before I got them taken down. Coworkers avoided eye contact in the break room. I heard whispers near the copier. That anniversary thing. Can you imagine? I kept my head down, threw myself into campaigns. Stayed late every night because going home to that empty house, even with Max, felt suffocating. David started texting again mid-February, after weeks of silence through lawyers. Can we talk? Without them, he wrote at 11 p.m. I stared at my phone in bed, Max snoring beside me. No, I typed back. He called. I declined. Called again. I blocked the number. He emailed my work account the next day. Sarah, please. I know I messed up. Emily meant nothing. I miss us. Us. There was no us left. I forwarded it to Rachel. Harassment? I asked. She said not quite, but keep records. Emily resurfaced too, in a way. Her younger sister, Amanda, showed up at my office lobby one Thursday afternoon. Security called up. Someone here for you. I went down, confused. Amanda stood by the elevators, mascara smudged. Sarah, please just listen, she said. Emily's a mess. Lost her job, the baby, I cut her off. I know. Not my problem. Amanda grabbed my wrist. She loved you like family. David manipulated both of you. Both of us. I yanked free. She slept with my husband in my bed. Tell her to stay in Seattle. Walked away, hands shaking. That night, I went through old photo albums, college photos, Emily and me at graduation, her maid of honor at my wedding in that lilac dress. Her toast, Sarah deserves the world. David, don't screw this up. Laughter from the tables. He kissed my temple. I ripped that photo in half, then another, then more. Stopped when Max whined. Sat on the kitchen floor crying for an hour. March brought the final hearing. Rachel prepped me, Judge Hawkins, fair but no nonsense. Stick to facts, stay calm. Courtroom smelled like old wood and nerves. David sat across with Greg, new haircut, she pursued. He glanced at me once, empty eyes. Proceedings started. Rachel presented evidence. Videos, hotel receipts, messages. Greg countered. Marriage was already deteriorated. My client sought comfort elsewhere due to plaintiff's emotional unavailability post-miscarriage. Unavailability. Like grief excused betrayal. Judge Hawkins listened, stone-faced. Mr. Mitchell, did you engage in extramarital relations? David stood. Yes, Your Honor, but she raised a hand. No buts. Adultery proven. Asset division 65-35 in favor of plaintiff. House to Mrs. Mitchell, savings split accordingly. Mr. Mitchell responsible for own legal fees. Gavel banged. Rachel squeezed my shoulder. David stormed out, Greg trailing. In the hallway, Margaret cornered me. Happy now? Took everything. I faced her. He took 10 years and my best friend. I took what's legally mine. Tom pulled her away, muttering apologies. My parents waited outside, hugged me tight. It's over, Mom whispered. Except it wasn't, not inside. Divorce finalized April 10th. Papers signed, notarized. My last name stayed Mitchell for now. Changing it felt like admitting defeat somehow. Rachel advised waiting. Emotions settle, then decide. I nodded, numb. That weekend, I listed the house. Realtor, Brenda, sympathetic. Fresh start, smart move. Photos taken, staged. Sold in 2 weeks, young couple expecting. I packed boxes alone, found his old college sweatshirt, considered burning it, donated instead. Moved into a downtown condo by May, 1 bedroom, 12th floor, city view. Max loved the windows. I loved the anonymity. No neighbors knowing my story, no ghosts in the walls. Work became tolerable. Karen promoted me to senior coordinator. You've been through hell, Sarah. Proud of you, she said. Raise came with it. Ironic, my life exploded, career bloomed. David's life imploded publicly. His LinkedIn updated, seeking opportunities. Mark, his old coworker, grabbed coffee with me once, curious about the fallout. Harlan blackballed him, Mark said. Word got around about the affair. Fired officially for conduct violations, but everyone knows. Harlan ran a tight ship, valued reputation. David's became mud. He's tending bar in Wicker Park, Mark added. Saw him last month. Didn't approach. I felt nothing hearing that. Not satisfaction, not pity. Just hollow. And Emily? I asked. Mark shrugged. Moved back to her parents in Ohio. Heard she's working retail. Deleted all social media. Good. Let them fade. But karma wasn't done. June, I got a call from David's brother, Aaron, estranged. Lived in Denver, barely spoke to family. Sarah? It's Aaron. Heard about the divorce. We'd met twice, weddings and Christmas. Yeah, I said carefully. I'm sorry, he continued. David always was a selfish prick. Did this to his ex before you too. Ex. My stomach dropped. What ex? He sighed. College girlfriend, Melissa. Cheated on her with her roommate. She never told you. No. Never. David said she left him for someone else. Guess history repeats, Aaron said. Just wanted you to know, not your fault. Hung up dizzy. Looked up Melissa on social media. Found her, married, kids, living in Portland. Messaged cautiously. Hi, David's ex-wife Sarah. Heard from Aaron. Can we talk? She responded next day. Heard about the party. Iconic. Yes, he cheated on me with Jenna, my roommate sophomore year. Took me years to trust again. You okay? Iconic. That word stung and soothed. We video called. She was kind, older sister energy. He's a pattern, she said. Charms, commits, gets bored, betrays. Not you. Him. First time I believed it. Summer limped by. Therapy twice a week. Dr. Patel, trauma takes time. Forgive yourself for trusting. Trust felt like a foreign language now. Dated briefly, app guy, coffee. He mentioned his ex-wife. I spiraled, canceled second date. Not ready. Maybe never. Sister Lisa had her baby in July. Girl named Claire. Visited hospital, held her tiny hands. You'll find this, Lisa whispered, exhausted. I smiled, didn't believe it. David and I tried for kids after the miscarriage failed, then he lost interest. Now I wondered if he ever wanted them, or just played part. August, ran into Emily's mom at Whole Foods. She saw me, froze, then approached. Sarah. I nodded. Emily's getting help, she said quietly. Therapy meds. She's sorry. I gripped my cart. Tell her sorry doesn't erase 2 years. Her mom teared up. I know. She knows. She's broken. I walked away, hand trembling. In the car, I screamed into my hands. Max licked my face. I'm okay, I lied to him. David tried once more in September, showed up at my condo building. Doorman called up. Mr. Mitchell here? I said no entry. David yelled through the intercom. Sarah, please, 5 minutes. I went down, against my better judgment. He looked rough, thinner, unshaven, eyes red. What do you want? I asked through the glass door. To apologize. Really apologize, he said. I destroyed us. Emily was a mistake. You were everything. Were. You're drunk, I said. Maybe, he admitted. But I mean it. I love you. Loved. Past tense. Go home, David. He pressed the glass. I lost my job. My parents barely talk to me. Everyone knows. Good, I cut in. Now you know how it feels. Walked away. He pounded once, then left. Didn't hear from him again. Heard through Mark in October. David moved to Indiana. Cousin got him warehouse work. Emily's still in Ohio, engaged to some guy from her hometown. Fast. Too fast. But not my circus anymore. Halloween, I dressed Max as a lion, gave out candy to kids. Smiled at their costumes, felt almost normal. That night, alone, I looked at my reflection. 38, single, scarred but standing. Not the ending I wanted, but the one I got. November brought cold winds off Lake Michigan, rattling my condo windows. I started running again, early mornings, lakefront trail, breath fogging the air. Max waited at home, tail thumping when I returned sweaty and spent. Running cleared my head, or at least dulled the loops, his laugh with her, the red dress at the party, Margaret's accusation. Dr. Patel called it processing. I called it survival. Work holiday party loomed, Karen insisted I go. You've earned it, she said. I bought a black dress, simple. Stood in front of the mirror, turning side to side. Not bad for 38. Not broken. The party was at a downtown hotel, jazz trio, open bar. I sipped soda water, chatted with the team. Karen introduced me to her husband, Tom, solid guy, engineer jokes. Heard about your year, he said quietly. Karen says you're tough. Tough. Felt more like hollowed out. Then Mark appeared, David's old coworker, scotch in hand. Sarah. Didn't expect you. We talked awkwardly, weather, campaigns. He leaned in. David's in town. Heard warehouse job tanked. Back with his cousin, crashing on couches. Crashing. Once project manager, house, wife. And Emily? I asked, regretting it. Mark shrugged. Engaged, but guy dumped her last week. Drama. Karma rippling out. I nodded, changed topic. December crept in, holidays looming. My parents hosted Christmas Eve small, just family. Sister Lisa with Claire, cooing over ornaments. Dad carved turkey, Mom passed potatoes. No David talk. After dinner, Lisa pulled me aside, Aaron called. David's parents cut him off. Margaret blames Emily, but won't help him. Cut off. The family golden boy exiled. I felt a twinge, not joy, just finality. Christmas morning, alone with Max, I opened gifts from Mom. Sweater, book on Chicago history. Called her, thanked profusely. Afternoon, doorbell buzzed. Doorman, package for you. Small box, no sender. Inside, our wedding rings, David's note. Merry Christmas. I'm sorry. Truly. I stared at them, gold bands, engraved forever. Forever lasted 10 years. Dropped them in a drawer, not thrown, not kept close. Max sniffed the box, disinterested. New Year's Eve, I stayed in. Watched ball drop on TV, toasted with tea. Scrolled old texts by accident, deleted thread with Emily. One message lingered in memory. Love you forever, bestie. Forever. Another lie. January again. 1 year post-party. Rachel called, all final. Tax forms incoming. Free legally. Sold condo furniture, kept essentials. New job offer, senior role at bigger firm, remote option. Accepted. Life shifting without fanfare. Heard final pieces through grapevine. Mark emailed, David's in rehab, alcohol, depression. Emily back in therapy, single, job at coffee shop. Patterns broken, but not healed. His parents reconciled somewhat. Margaret sent birthday card, forgive us. I didn't reply. February 14th, Valentine's. Walked Max past old house, sold sign faded. New owners waved. Inside, different curtains. Our life erased. Dinner with Lisa and Jen, laughed at Claire's antics. Jen, you're glowing, Sarah. Glowing. Or just breathing easier. Spring thaw. Therapy down to monthly. Dr. Patel. Closure isn't a feeling. It's a decision. Decided. Changed last name back to Mitchell, no, my maiden, Hayes. Fresh ink on driver's license. Summer plans, trip to Napa alone, revisit our anniversary spot. Booked flight. Max to board. First solo travel in years. Nervous, excited. One night in June, dream woke me, party again, but I danced alone, guests cheering. Woke smiling. Odd. David's last contact, letter forwarded by Rachel. Sarah, I'm sober 6 months. Therapy. Miss you. If ever. Burned it in sink, watched flames curl. No ever. Emily? Silent. Her mom at grocery once more, nodded, passed by. Ghosts fading. Now, sitting here, Max at my feet, city humming below. 39 soon. House empty, but mine. Lost, marriage, friend, blind trust. Gained, truth, quiet, self I recognize. Justice came slow. David jobless, family fractured, alone. Emily dreams dashed, isolated. They paid, not by my hand, but consequence. Suffered as I did, worse maybe. I don't celebrate. Just acknowledge. Road ends here. Forward now, cautious steps. No more lies to swallow. No more blindness. Truth heavy, but mine. That's the story. All of it. Thanks for listening.